All right, so welcome to Saltwater Fishing University, and we got a little quick lesson with the professor tonight before the big trip because he's gonna show us how to rig some ballyhoo for trolling tomorrow. So give us the lowdown, Professor. What do we got? What are we looking at? What do we need to do? What do we need to look out for? Give it to us.
All right, so tomorrow we'll be trolling for yellowfin tuna and pretty much whatever else wants to bite our hooks. But we got some medium ballyhoo here, and what we're going to do is prep them for trolling tomorrow. So first thing I like to do is put a thin layer of salt down in my bait tray. And you also need a bait tray. It's very important you keep these, once you get them prepped, you keep them up out of the ice and the water, but yet keep them cold.
Because if they're in the ice and the water and not on the tray, what happens?
The salt that we're going to put on them kind of preserves them and makes them tough.
Okay.
So they'll get soggy and won't hold up as well.
So why do we use medium size? Because there's other options, right?
There are other options: small, medium, large, But generally, when you're tuna fishing, you want the medium size. It just works well with the size sea witches we're using, and it's just your optimum yellowfin tuna size.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So it's just an arrow shaft, is all that is, and. Doesn't matter. They sell these at any tackle store, or you can take an arrow and cut it yourself. It doesn't matter. But I start by poking the eyes out.
And the reason?
So the ballyhoo can't see the tuna when it's getting ready to bite it. No, I mean, there's several reasons, I believe. One of my beliefs is that it creates a better bubble trail. But you can Google all kinds of reasons, and everybody's got their own opinion. Another reason is that when it gets water soaked, the eyes will swell and the bait will swim a little funny. Just depends on who you talk to. I really don't know the answer to that. Just always done it. Back when we used to rig them with wire, you had to run the wire through the eyes, and
you got smarter.
Yeah, we got smarter and started using rubber bands a lot quicker, and we'll go over that in another segment. But I don't know, I'm persnickety. I like to put 12 on here because they come in a 12 pack.
So we hang it on the bucket.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you pull one off at a time. And now we're gonna squeeze the fecal matter.
The fecal.
Yeah, and sometimes you have that.
My boat was clean.
Yeah, it was clean. These are still a touch frozen. And we'll lay them on the tray in the salt.
In the salt.
Yeah.
So if you don't squeeze out the fecal matter, do you know what happens? Anything negative?
Yeah. When you go to put your hook in it, because you'll run your hook down in the gill, and we'll see that in another segment. And when you come through his intestines, a lot of the fecal matter will come out with it. And you want to try to get all of this out because it makes it swim better too. Just if all that is loose, it makes it very limp.
I got
It makes it swim better.
She got to look real, y'all. That's a dangerous job.
Yeah.
Fecal spraying is scaring me.
We're prepping them tonight because sometimes in the morning, like tomorrow morning, it's probably gonna be a little choppy. So
smaller boat like this, not as easy to prep on the way out.
Correct.
Whereas big boat, much easier to do this prep.
Much easier
on the way out.
Yeah.
So this way, the professor won't be cussing me under his breath when he's working his magical baits in the back.
And it always is nice to lay them in the tray side by side. They look uniform. You know what I mean?
Look good. And so how many of these, let's say you're trolling 7-8 rods, right? Because we're going to be doing 7-8 rods tomorrow.
Right.
So we should prep how many for tomorrow?
Well,
for a trip?
I mean, I would do a minimum of 2 dozen. Never leave the dock without 2 dozen. Some days you won't use, but other days you'll run out.
Yeah, and you don't want to run out.
And you don't want to run out.
So once we got this part of it done, anything else our viewers need to know for this first step?
Well, then after I get a layer of them in there, I like to take and put a layer of salt on top of them.
Okay.
And, you know, just make sure they have a pretty even coverage of salt. And that makes them last, you know, a long time. You can throw one of these baits for 4 hours and it's still good before it gets washed out.
Okay.
And, you know, if you've got a whole pile of baits prepped, you really don't need to salt them like this. But, you know, we're going out here with 24 baits tomorrow. We don't know what kind of day we're going to have tomorrow. We're hoping for the best, but, you know, we might pull a bait for 3 hours and not get a bite, but we might pull a bait for 3 minutes and get a bite.
Yeah.
So you need to be prepared.
Like Boy Scout.
That's right. We're here. We got our Ballyhoo that we prepped yesterday. We've got a pin rig. We've got 90-pound fluorocarbon, a little pin there, chin weight, and a hook, rubber band. That's how we do it. All right, so we're going to take this J hook there. It's a size 9 J hook. We're going to go right in this gill right here. Very important you make sure you come out of the center of the Ballyhoo's belly. Kind of tuck that eye of that hook up in there. Take that pin, the bottom of the jaw, and up through the top jaw. And we're going to take this rubber band and wrap it around. The top side of the pin, the outside of the pin twice. Back around the pin one more time, and then we're going over the pin. Just like that. And then we're going to take and break the bill off. We left the bills on so we could do that. We're going to take and squeeze the back a little bit, break the back a little bit, make sure it's going to swim good. There we have it. We bring our skirt down, put him over top there, and we're ready to put it over.
A few moments later.
Woo! Yes, sir!
That's a nice one.
Yes, sir! That's how we do it right there.